Bayley got it bumping. Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul Bearer, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. Ted DiBiase, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about?
Welcome to the latest episode of Boot to the Face here live on YouTube. Why are you doing
to the face? We won't fold.
Here live on YouTube and all your favorite podcasting platforms. I'm Chris Rucker along with my co-host EJ Reed, and we are here a day late to talk about the world of professional wrestling. EJ, how you doing?
The Rare Monday show, but better late than never, right?
Yeah, having technical issues too. I mute us during the intro, and I forgot to take your mute off.
It's all good.
But yeah, a day late, and here we are, Boot to the Face, with a shitload of well, I shouldn't say shitload, but a lot of wrestling content to cover, but not a lot of news.
Yeah, it was a slow week. I guess it's the build-up. You know, SummerSlam is right around the corner. They got Redemption this coming up weekend, but we'll have a show before then, so we'll do predictions, I guess, on Sunday for that. But other than that, man, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Went to the casino, so I was up there doing a little bit of gambling with my homeboy from high school, Nick. He went and played golf on Saturday. I took a nap because drove up there right after work on Friday. It's like it's normally like an hour and 45-minute drive, but with it storming, it was like 2.5 hours. So by the time I got there, I was just like, woke up early the next day, stayed up way too late drinking, won a little bit of money, and drove on back home yesterday.
So where was this casino at?
Where was it at? North Carolina, in the mountains of North Carolina.
It sounds like some. What's the name of that movie? Deliverance.
No, it wasn't bad. There was there's more Asian people there than anybody, but it was a good mixture of people. You know, Saturday night, it's just one casino hotel. It's not like Vegas where the casino is huge. It's pretty big, but it wasn't like huge. And there was a DJ in the middle of it Saturday night, and of course, you know, our people, everybody was out there dancing, and then they had one. It was like, all right, I'm only using race for descriptors, but it was like 5 of these big ass black girls. When I say big ass, I don't mean their asses was big. I mean they were like they were out there dancing, and they had this little bitty white girl in the middle of them, and she was trying to keep up with them, and it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. I don't know if they were friends or if they were all just feeling the music and they were drinking. Just everybody was having a good time. Like, it wasn't anything bad, but yeah, it was just funny watching that.
What you mean she was trying to keep up with her?
She was trying to keep up with the dance moves and shit. Like, they were, what's the new? It's not the wobble. It's a new wobble-ish type song. How's that go?
Is it Flex?
I don't know how it goes.
Flex your body.
That one.
Oh, yeah.
She was trying to keep up with him doing that.
Back it up.
And
back it up. Then turn. Yeah, that one.
That
was pretty good.
It's like every 10 years we come up with a song with directions in it, and they're all the same.
Slight variation of each other.
But yeah, so it was a good time. I was doing awful at gambling, and last night, like the last couple hours, I fucking killed it. Made all my money back and then some, and then lost a little bit. At one point, I had like almost $3,000 in chips.
Oh, where?
Yeah, I started that last roll with like $200, and I was just like slowly building. And then there was me and this Asian guy there. There's a lot of people there, but me and him had been playing on the same table like damn near all night. So, you get striking up conversations with people. And we were talking, it's like, man, the zero hasn't hit at all. So I was putting like $25 on the zeros, and it finally hit. I won like $500 something that hand. He won like $2,000. He put that much on there.
Oh shit.
And I leaned over. I was like, I bet that shit hits again. He's like, I'm betting on, I'm not moving the chips. And I shit you not, it came up again. Same fucking zero. So I won another 500. He won another $2,000. And then I think I bet like $25 on a number, a different one that I hit. So I was hitting pretty big, but then you start hitting big, you start gambling big, and then you start losing big.
What's the guy who said Kenny Rogers? You got to know when to hold them, know when. Sometimes you got to walk away when you up, man.
Yeah, I did walk away while I was up, just not as up as I was. I was trying to like, I wonder if I can get this shit to like 5,000 a night, and then once I got down to 15, I was like, yeah, I think I'm done.
Chasing that dragon. Sometimes you just gotta, everybody knows like their ways and the method behind the madness. But I feel like once I started losing like the triple digits, luck ain't on my side right now. Let me take a break. Let's just put it all together.
Yeah. It was wild because of where this thing is located. So, my buddy Nick's like a fucking social butterfly, like, and all he plays is blackjack. So every table we would go to, he's just like talking to people. And we ended up hanging out with this married couple that were from Kennesaw, which is where we went to high school at. So we started talking to them, and then other people started joining the conversation. And there's this girl there that was like, I can't remember what she was wearing, but like everybody was commenting about her because she was standing out in the sea of what was there. And we ended up at the table with her eventually. She's drunk. She's sitting there talking, and then she goes, "I know you," and points right at me. And I was like, she used to work at a bar in Cartersville that me and my buddies used to go to once a week after we get off work. So she started like naming the bartenders and shit. But I didn't technically know her, but she recognized me from there. I was like, oh shit, small world.
That's what's up. You do any drinking out there?
Yeah, too much.
You said too much.
I went to the liquor store before I got there on my way. And then, of course, there was drinks that were there. This casino, you don't get free drinks, but the people we, quote unquote, became friends with, the married couple, they were Diamond members. So every time we'd order a drink, he would put his card out and we get a discount. So like double Jack and Cokes were like $8, $9.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's cheap for Atlanta. Oh, no, you're in North Carolina.
Yeah, but it was a double. $8 for a double? That's pretty good.
Oh, for a double.
Yeah.
I missed that part. Yeah, that's good.
My buddy was drinking Makers, and his were like $11, so for doubles. So
that ain't bad at all.
And then they start drinking espresso more, and you know how. Again, I'm just describing stuff. You know how when you're drinking with white people, they just start buying drinks for everybody.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, and that's what kept fucking happening. We met these three triplets, these three dudes that were like in their 20s.
Like identical triplets?
No, they weren't. That's the crazy thing. We were sitting there talking. I was like, you motherfuckers look alike. Are y'all fucking brothers? He's like, dude, we're fucking triplets. I was like, I don't believe that shit. Like, you're like 5'8", and the other two are 6'2". He's like, I'm the fucking runt.
Yeah, he got the short end of the stick. Olsen's are fraternal and the Bellas are fraternal.
Yeah. But then they started buying us shots and drinks, and I was just like, what do you want to drink, man? I was like, espresso martini. And they all kind of looked at me. I was like, I don't give a fuck that. You're buying it. That's what I want. You can judge me if you want to. This shit's about to suck. Before you know it, everybody had espresso martini because they were good as shit.
That's what's up.
We were up till like 3 or 4 in the morning gambling in the casino and grabbed something to eat on the way to the room and got the worst sleep I've gotten in a long time in a hotel.
What was wrong?
I don't know. I just couldn't really sleep. I left the first night I left the window open because where I was staying, I was like facing the mountains where my window was, and there's no light out there. So when I fell asleep, nothing was coming through. And then at 6 o'clock in the morning, the sun fucking woke me up. So I got like 3 hours of sleep before I woke up.
So, sounds like me this past weekend, I was in the cabin and I couldn't really sleep well either.
Yeah. Slept good last night though, but I had to go to work this morning.
Yeah,
How was the cabin?
it was okay. My birthday was on Thursday, but on my actual birthday, I just went to work, got me some Jimmy John's, and just fell asleep on Thursday. But Friday, it was my first float of the year. I went down to this campsite with a huge group. It was on the Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas borderline, so it was like right in the southwest corner of the state. And float trips, you float the river in Georgia. I think it might be a little bit different here, but it was, it's a vibe, man. The actual float was real nice, Drinks. It was a big group, like I said, so it was like five. We had like 5 different rafts, like 6 people to a raft. It was like 5 different rafts.
Oh, y'all had big ass things.
Yeah, rafts. So we were drinking, and like I said, the actual float was good. It was just I was just a little bit annoyed on what happened after it. So I met a lot of new people on this float trip. So I was like, trying to be social. The original raft I was on, I didn't really know the people on there because the people I knew were kind of on the other raft. So, I was getting, trying to be a social butterfly, getting to know the people. So like 3/4 away through the float, because it was like a 6 or 7 hour float. We started like at 9:30, got there like 3 or 4. So like 3/4 away, I jumped on to somebody else's raft, trying to conversate with them or conversate's not a real word, converse with them. And so I figured like we all would like get to the end because we started off our site. I've been on float trips where the bus drives you to the site, and somewhere you start at where the cabin is like at the start point, and somewhere you get driven to the start point. This one, the cabin was at the start point, and then the bus picked you up at the end point. And so I figured that all our rafts would get there around the same time. So I left like my bag, my cooler, and my speaker on the original float. And my original float that I was on got back before the one I jumped to got back. So I'm like, all right, they grabbed my stuff and, took it back to the cabin. When I got at the cabin, my cooler was there, my speaker was there. I'm like, where's my bag? And people were like, oh, we thought we could have swore we got your bag, And I'm like, how y'all not grab my bag? Like, I don't know. I was just super annoyed because my bag had my phone in my wallet, like all my money in my phone. I'm like, so at that point, I was super annoyed, and I had my tablet still in my room, but it was the internet there sucked, and so this one guy, he let me use his phone as a hotspot because I was like super annoyed. I was just about to just end the trip and go home early. I'm like, all right, I'm annoyed, but then this guy let me use his hotspot, and I did the find your phone feature, and it was saying it was still in the area. So I'm like, somebody just probably forgot to grab it off the bus or something. And so I think I originally went up to the front office, and they were like, nah, we hadn't seen anything. So in between, and that's when I did the find my phone, and then it said it was still in the area. So I went back up, hit the the button where it played the noise, and then I heard my phone boop, boop, and they're like, yeah, somebody just dropped the bag off like 2 minutes ago. And I'm like, thank the Lord, because I was about to be heated, but crisis avoided. And then just got drunk that night, and like I said, the rooms I was in, like it was solid, but it was like I'm used to sleeping with a fan on, and there was no fan in there, so it's just no air moving, and that kind of just bothered me tonight. So it was like I was just kind of tossing and turning. So yeah, but other than that, it was pretty dope float trip.
Seafood says happy belated birthday.
I appreciate it, Seafood. Getting old, man.
So how do you know these people you were camping with? You said you didn't know some of them. Did you know them going into it, or you just fucking? I'm only asking this because my buddy Brent that lives in Vegas. One time we went out there and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to this cuddle party." I was like, "A what now?" It was some hippy dippy shit where he was on this app and everybody just goes there. It's almost like a soft dating type thing where everybody goes there and you're just like hanging out and you bring pillows and shit and you laying around. They rent this big ass place out. So like, did you know these people know them, or you just kind of?
Well, it's like every person basically I met here, a lot of people, it's just like a ripple effect. Like you play kickball and then you meet people like this, like, and all of a sudden you know these people for like 3 years and like, hey, got an open spot for a float trip. You want to come along? And then it's just how it's like a ripple effect, just meeting people over the years.
Cool. All right, we've bullshit long enough. Let's see if we can get into some wrestling and have something to talk about. I thought you said a color party. No, a cuddle party.
That's funny. The color party. 1950s. It's the color party over here. You gotta go to.
It's a Black Panther party. We can start back on Monday Night Raw. Today is Monday. There's a Raw tonight. The main thing I remember for it feels like it was 2 years ago, was Seth and Roman. Seth and I feel like I almost feel like Seth has to win at SummerSlam because he's getting his ass kicked on the microphone.
Now, people have been saying that, and I can't really judge at this point. Now, I feel like when people go one way, I kind of lean the other. Like, was it that bad? Because I can't. But then I hadn't rewatched it, so I can't really reassess if it was that bad because people were saying like, Roman digged in his ass. And like did, and then I'm like, I thought the same thing too initially, but I'm like, did he really, or is this people just in the moment saying that he got him just because everybody loves Roman?
I mean, when you're talking shit to somebody and somebody says, "Is that all you got?" That's like, it's like a motherfucker being like, "He ain't hit me that hard." While they getting up. Then why you getting up if he ain't hit you that hard? I don't know. He killed him. When you tell a motherfucker the only way you become champion is because you've been winning Money in the Bank and you had to fake an injury to do it. Like, it's pretty fucked. And can we be done?
That's just a lie, though.
No, it's not. That's literally how he won the belt.
I mean, that's not. You act like this is his. He's like Sami Zayn. This is his only title. Seth has won the world title like 6 or 7 times. I get it. It sounds good, you know.
And 2 of them have been Money in the Bank cash-ins.
Yeah, 2. But what about all the other ones where he's beating Brock? Same dude you've been beefing with. So that sounds good. It sounds sexy, and it's partially true, but tell the whole truth.
I think he's talking about the last like couple years, EJ. I don't think he's talking about his entire career. I think he's basically saying, now that I'm here, the only way you can get a belt is by cash in. And basically you got this belt because you couldn't beat me and nobody else could, and they had to create it for you.
Now, that's true.
Seafluid says, question, has Seth been the winner in most of their matches? Yes. So this is what I didn't like about one of their promos was Seth is like, you've never beaten me. And I'm like, I've literally watched Roman beat. Now, he's only beat him, I think, once. Seth has won the majority of their one-on-one matches. Like,
I think that was a Vince thing for some reason, or maybe even Triple H. Like, for some reason, Seth was the guy that they were leaning on coming out of the Shield breakup. He was the face to the Authority, even though you could tell that Roman was in their bigger plans. Even though I wasn't even watching at this time. This is me going back and studying it. But Seth was supposed to be like, wasn't he supposed to be like the featured guy coming out of the Shield beef and whatnot?
Well, Roman was supposed to be, but Seth was the heel, so he automatically got thrust into the spotlight and cashed in. And you can't just have the babyface of the group come out and destroy everybody. Like the heel that broke everybody up kind of has to go on his little run. And I think it was supposed to culminate with them fighting at Mania, but then Seth got hurt, which is something else Roman brought up.
What's up, Daniel? Javier Fitz in the show. Shout out to After Show, but later. But yeah, I mean, not to go too far off the beaten path, but it feels like even when Dean Ambrose, now John Moxley, was in the group, he seems like he was always third fiddle because it was like heavily after the Shield breakup, heavily. Seth was the focal point of the Authority, and Roman was the guy chasing and trying to get on top. Like, I feel like Dean Ambrose was chopped liver at that point. I might be, because like I said, I wasn't watching at the time.
He had a pretty decent title run.
So that's when I tapped back in. Like basically that summer is like when I really tapped back in, when they had when all 3 of them held the belt. When he was basically the champion on SmackDown, when they did the brand resplit and it was SmackDown Live, it was okay. Did he lose to like Jinder Mahal?
No, I think Randy Orton lost to Jinder Mahal.
No, you're right, because he lost to AJ Styles, I want to say. AJ Styles.
Yeah, AJ hit him in the nuts and took the belt. Back when he was doing nut shots to everybody. But circling back to what they were talking, I don't know. I just feel like Roman's destroying him on the mic, and I'm still just not excited about this match. Though, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, there's not a match that Seth Rollins can be in that I'm just. And I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of him. I like Seth Rollins. Like I said, he doesn't make me change the channel, but he also doesn't make me buy a ticket. Like if Seth Rollins is in the main event, I'm not like, man, I gotta fucking go see this. I need to get a ticket to this show in Atlanta. When you get there and you watch him wrestle, like he's good, and he one of the best matches I ever seen live was Seth versus Finn Balor on like a random Monday Night Raw here in Atlanta. But then there's no feeling behind. Like I'm never cheering for him or cheering against him. After you do his little chant when he comes out and you sing along with "I'm a revolutionary" and all that shit, like then what?
I mean, the bell rings. He's still one of the top performing in ring guys.
He is, but I don't give a like. They got those everywhere in AEW that I don't care about.
That's different. But you say you don't care about what? That makes a whole different point if you don't even care about it over there.
I'm just saying that just because you ring the bell and somebody's really good at wrestling doesn't make me like them. Like I need some kind of fucking tie to them. You know what I mean? Like I need a reason to cheer for him. Like I was cheering for Roman while he was in the Shield, and then the Shield broke up. Right? Seth turned on him, so now that made me cheer for him a little bit more. And then the crowd started turning on him, so then I'm an asshole because I'm like, well, fuck y'all. I know this guy's the man. Then when he became the tribal chief, like I've been through this whole fucking thing with Jey Uso. I've been through this whole thing with him. I ain't really been on that kind of ride with Seth Rollins.
I get it. I guess the way I view stuff is from a different lens. Seth is really good. I feel like probably for a different reason. It's because he's kind of, even though we know he could go, he's kind of stuck in doing the style that they want him to do in the ring. So like, even when it's like a build up for his match, I'm like, okay, I know it's going to be a good match, but on the other side of things with the AEW side, like it's a lot of wrestlers that I'm like, they're okay at like talking me into the building, but I know I need to stay tuned for this match. Like Kenny Omega, when has he been the best talker? But we know when the big bout machine comes around and it's a certain matchup, I'm like, I got to stay tuned into this. So with Seth, I don't know.
It's like, in comparison, like I was watching Collision, and AR Fox and
that was a really
the
good
Jet
match.
were going at it. Great match, right? Like crazy shit they were doing. I don't really care though, because I'm not like, I don't know enough about AR Fox to be a fan of him. I'm kind of a fan of the Jet. Like I'm hoping this heel turn thing works out for him, but he's doing some little annoying shit that's like getting on my nerves. But watching that match, I'm like, oh, this is incredible. But it's just a match on Collision that means nothing. Like I know AR Fox isn't going to win the belt, even though it's a title match. So there's no like, besides me watching these people do cool shit in the ring, there's no reason for me to actually care about it. That's how I feel about Seth Rollins.
And I this is kind of off the topic of Seth, but I get what you're saying. But I think as wrestling fans, we're a little bit jaded as regard to like, of course you want to have emotional investment with all of these wrestlers, but you gotta have some carryover stuff. Because remember watching WCW Saturday Night back in the day, even though we still watched it, even though it was gonna be like matches on there that had to do with main storylines and Thunder, we still watched it. You gotta have a bridge to get to the next big thing. So
that's funny. That's funny you say that, because as I was watching Collision, I was literally sitting there thinking about WCW Saturday Night, how they used to have random fucking matches that had no storyline tie-in whatsoever. It was just a way to keep people on TV.
Yeah, you gotta have like a bridge, like. But I agree, like, what does this match even matter? But you gotta fill up all time. Like that's the thing about having weekly TV now. But back to the Seth matter at hand. I mean, Seafood said there's really no dream more exciting. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of ran through everybody at this point.
Yeah, he's been around long enough that like we've seen him fight everybody. Yeah. Like even this Roman thing, they keep him separated for years. Like the last time they they had the tag match at WrestleMania, but the last time they actually fought was when we were in fucking St. Louis for the Royal Rumble.
That was 4 years ago, 4.5 years.
Right. So you would think keeping them apart, you'd be like frothing at the mouth about it, but I'm more excited about seeing Nick Aldis and Gunther.
What if they had it at Mania instead?
I feel like it was supposed to be at Mania, but Seth got hurt.
It's past Mania?
Yeah, I feel like the plan was Roman was gonna, because Seth had the title when he got hurt.
Yeah.
I feel like Roman was gonna win the Rumble, and him and Seth were finally gonna have their WrestleMania match, and that shit might sell too, man. It just, some things just aren't to be.
Yeah, and then he ended up having to lose to Gunther. But yeah, I don't know. So if Roman and Seth face each other at Mania, Roman probably was going to beat him. Think they stick to that plan, and I know we'll do our picks not this weekend, but the weekend after next. Well, shit, we got to do it this weekend because isn't Saturday? They got Saturday and Sunday. Maybe we'll do one night this weekend.
Yeah, we could do this coming weekend. We could do Saturday, and then Sunday morning we could do night 2. It'll get out late on the audio, but people see it on YouTube.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't care. Maybe for different reasons that you don't care. It's because I don't know. We've seen it before, and they keep recycling this Shield breakup story. We know what happened. Y'all tell us every time y'all get a chance to. So, but I don't know. The way that they've been keep mentioning that Seth has the upper hand on Roman makes me feel that Roman's gonna win at SummerSlam.
I'm gonna pick Roman to win, but I'm just saying the way the back and forth is gone, like, but I mean, Seth's got the upper hand physically, I guess. But as far as like nobody remembers him hitting Roman with the fucking pedigree, though. We remember all the shit Roman said to him.
I gotta say, Seth did what he needed to do. Roman was talking cash shit, so punched him in his shit.
After show, Bayley says, "Did you guys catch the TNA Vice special? It might be old, but I just watched. It's actually not old. It's only, I think, maybe a couple weeks. It's been.
Yeah.
I hadn't watched it yet.
I watched it.
I've seen some highlights and shit like that about it. I think I might watch it this weekend, and then maybe we can delve into it. I heard it's pretty good.
I watched all 3 episodes. I think the first night the premiere they dropped 2, and then they dropped the 3rd part last week. I thought it was good. I'm not gonna spoil it for you since you said we'll talk about it later. For some reason, I don't know, for some reason, but it makes me look at Dixie Carter a little bit differently now. I don't know if she's a great woman. I'll just leave it at that.
She's a fucking rich Nepo baby hillbilly from Tennessee. Of course she's not a great woman.
She's almost like she's a money mark. She's almost like the female Tony Khan.
After show, Bayley says, "I didn't know anything about TNA, but the thing was hella good." They always do good productions and shit like that on the dark side of the ring.
Yeah, they're gonna have a problem where they just run out of shit to talk about. I think they're getting down to like doing some like, it wasn't obscure, but it's like not a main character that you think they would do a dark side of the ring. Maybe like Big Boss Man. I think it might be having a Big Boss Man one this season.
Seafloat in the chat says, "In my opinion, Jeff seems to have an agenda, though." I don't know how people keep paying, how Jarrett keeps convincing people to pay him money to be on TV. But he's been doing this shit for 30 years, and he's absolute dog shit.
He's a top carny. He's born in the business. I mean, I've never been a huge Jeff Jarrett fan, but you got to respect his hustle. I mean, WWF, WCW, they tried to make him the main guy in his second WCW run. It was weird. Then he started a whole company, even though he made himself the focal point. Like when nothing was really going on, you got to give him credit for starting TNA. So,
well, to answer Seafloat, he definitely has an agenda because, like, once Dixie came in and took over, they started. I haven't watched the show, but I mean, I kind of, from being a fan of TNA and all the shit that goes on, they kind of took over and almost booted him out towards the end. And then once Hogan and Bischoff got there, like, he had no fucking control.
Yeah, they just did boot him out.
Yeah.
He had to start another company after that,
which didn't do shit. But
yeah, that was terrible.
So we'll cover that in the next couple of weeks or so. I know it'll be kind of old news by then, but there's just so much fucking wrestling. I can't watch all of it.
It is a lot.
They need to do a Dark Side of the Ring on The Rock and Triple H.
What would they say? What would they say? Triple H was a kiss ass and was jealous of
Yeah,
The Rock.
I want the truth. I want the truth to come out that The Rock is innocent and Triple H is a piece of shit. Him and Shawn Michaels.
I mean, they could do it, but nobody would be involved. No people that you would want to see would be involved. It'd be like,
shit, we can get D'Lo Brown in there. We can fucking get
I don't think he would do it.
he ain't working.
I think he last time I checked, he was like a backstage guy at TNA, but I don't know if he's still doing that. It'd just be too many people that just don't want to.
We get Jeff Jarrett back over there. He was around back then.
He would do it, but do we want to see like the horse or the horse's mouth? Like it'd be like too.
Bret Hart.
He would definitely do it.
Yeah, he was around at the beginning. He's the one that told you that they were assholes to The Rock when he started. There's people we could do. They put me in there. I'll talk about it. I wasn't there, but I heard some shit.
I just think too many. I just think too many people would be scared to do it just because they would hate to have like the blowback. Just because, even though I don't think they don't fuck with each other like that, but The Rock is technically Triple H's boss right now.
That's what I'm saying. So it depends. It depends on who you be bad mouthing. I think if you're bad mouthing Triple H, I don't think you'd worry about it as much because you'd be talking good about The Rock and The Rock is over him. But if you were saying that The Rock was an asshole and you were on Team Triple H, I think people would be worried about that blowback.
Either way, like even though The Rock might not like this asshole, but he'd be like, you know, this guy's still doing the job for a company that I'm running, so
not good though.
But why am I like? I don't want people to be talking down on him. But once
The Rock talk bad about him.
When was this?
And when he was on fucking Pat McAfee the day after WrestleMania when Cody and Cena sucked, and The Rock's like,
there's a lot of subliminal stuff.
It wasn't some. It was aggressive. It wasn't passive aggressive what he was saying.
Either way, I think we're not getting nothing like that until once the dust settles. Once Triple H is fired, then people will finally start coming out and tell
like summer 2028.
Yeah.
Before the second new Avengers movie comes out.
Oh, that's coming out soon?
Yeah, the new Avengers trailer dropped today.
That's what people were talking about. Like I saw people, I didn't know what they were talking about.
They got everybody in that fucking movie. X-Men, Fantastic Four, the new Avengers, the old Avengers, like everybody's in there. And Dr. Doom's gonna whoop all their asses.
Is this Marvel trying to save face? Because after Endgame, like Marvel hasn't really been hitting like that.
Well, remember they had started, so they were doing all those TV shows on Disney Plus, and they were starting another phase where they were supposed to do the Kang dynasties, but Jonathan Majors got fired, so they had to fucking regroup. So they spent all those times doing all that, and then had to fire the main guy that was gonna be the bad guy, and so they've had to start all that shit over and go on to the next side, which I'm kind of disappointed in that. I wanted to see how that would have been.
So it was a big ripple effect from his off-screen transgressions and whatnot. That's crazy.
Did it turn out that he was innocent or something like that?
Nah, that's not how it turned out.
There's so many people in Hollywood that get in trouble, but I feel like it came out finally that they were not guilty or whatever.
He was on. It was. I think I know who you're talking about. I don't think it was him though, because it was like tape of him messing up. So I think he got found liable in civil suit. So,
yeah.
What a waste.
It's weird he didn't get to keep his job, but the guy running the country got to keep his. Let's go to Saturday night's main event. Because I got a lot I want to talk about with this one. One, let's start with my bird lady, Lyra, Valkyria, and Bayley. Did this feel like a goodbye to Bayley? Like, is she done?
I don't know. Maybe she was telling us that during the match because live rounds were thrown.
Damn sure was.
I don't know if that was done on purpose or
didn't she like hit Lyra in the face while Lyra was like laying on the apron?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. But I'm like, what I'm saying is, I don't know if it's done on purpose. Maybe Lyra is like just hit me, or if like Bayley was going off script. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I don't know. With all these rumors going around that she's gonna be done with WWE pretty soon, and you got Mercedes making posts on Instagram about her and Bayley fighting together at the end of the year with whatever. What was Bayley's indie name? I
No
can't
clue.
remember what it was, but she had that up there. And then you get this where Bayley just basically gets squashed and then gets her ass kicked after the match also. Like, Seafluid says he likes Lyra's new theme. I don't. I know she's a heel, but I was a big fan of the woo, woo. I bet Charlotte had something to do with that.
She's stealing my gimmick.
Seafluid says Bayley carried that match.
Yeah, I don't think it was a squash. It was some back and forth, but like you said, after the match, she basically got taken care. Like she was sweeping her out, dusting her feet out the ring like she's a piece of trash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's more of a. That's kind of how they did Dean Ambrose when he was on his way out. Had him losing the fucking what was my boy that didn't talk? EC3. EC3 was whooping his ass or something like that.
Damn. I thought he went out with the Shield stuff.
Yeah, eventually they did a house show that they aired on the WWE Network where the Shield got back together. But before that, he was literally taking the L's every week on Monday Night Raw.
To go back to what you said earlier, Davina Rose was her indie name. Huh? That's some reason I don't. Seems that doesn't flow off the tongue quite like I thought it would. Davina Rose. Yeah, Davina Rose versus Mercedes Moné. World's End.
It's what, December?
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah, I you ain't got no opinion on if you think Bayley's. Are we gonna see Bayley tonight, basically, on Monday Night Raw?
Because we're not a dirt sheet show, but from what the rumors are, she's supposed to be with her contract's not supposed to expire until the end of the year, so it's only halfway through the year. So I don't think she's gonna be sitting home this whole time. I think she'll be off TV for a little bit, but then like you got to bring her back against the way they ended it. You have to bring her back against Lyra. You just can't just have her move on to something different to close out the year.
That's how you send somebody out of the territory, though. You have them put the next person over.
This ain't the territory days, though.
They still do it, though.
They're still paying her. All right, they can keep her off TV. Fine, if that's what they want to keep her off TV, pay her. Just keep paying her. If they want to do that, that's.
Did Goldberg when he left?
Which time?
The last time.
When Gunther beat him, he lost. But I mean, he's probably on a different contract. I mean, he's probably doing like per appearance type contract.
What about Cena?
I'm just you do lose on the way out, but this early, I'm saying I don't know her contract situation. If she threw contract through the end of the year, that'd just be just a stupid business decision to be paying this woman for half a year to sit on a shelf. I mean, we see.
I don't know if it would be though, because if you squash her like that and kick her off TV, people forget about her, and the last thing not that nobody's gonna forget, but like that's how they view it. Nobody's gonna remember all the other shit. They're just gonna remember the lasting images of Lyra beating her ass. So when she shows up somewhere else, I don't know. You kind of hope people forget about her, but to me, I feel like that builds more anticipation when somebody like if my contract runs out in August and at the beginning of September I show up, nobody even missed me. But if they take me off TV in July and I show up in December somewhere else, people are like, oh shit, and you get an even bigger reaction, and people are like fucking excited to see you, I think. So I don't know, it could backfire if they are doing it that way.
And I think as fans, I think they care, but I don't think they care that much. Where like at the end of the day, these are suits that really don't even pay attention to their product. They're just gonna see somebody sitting on the sideline not being utilized. They're like, why are we paying this woman? It's all fine and dandy. We think like the guys like Triple H really care about. Oh, we're in a wrestling war. We gotta keep her off just so we could damage her. So whenever she would go over there, I don't think it's that deep. At the end of the day, a lot of these people are friends with each other on the other side of the aisle. So I get what you're saying, but I just don't think if her contract is all the way up until the end of the year that they're gonna be having her sit out that long. Now, like you said, if it's up in like September, I could definitely see her this being like her swan song. If it's like a September, October, because people don't know like the really the details of these contracts. People just speculating that she's
Right.
up to the end of the year. So if it's up like what, September, October, yeah, I could definitely see this being her swan song.
Danhausen and Cathausen.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I guess we got different reactions to this. Obviously, I loved it because it was the Knicks. You didn't like this?
I like it from a broader sense. Like that's what you want. You want the crossover with sports and pop culture and all of that. So I like Cat going in there and choke slamming. Like he looked like he might could have a career in wrestling afterwards. 7 foot. How many 7-footers that you have in wrestling nowadays? Like the choke slam look believable.
His big awkward ass can't be a wrestler.
if Omos is doing it, anybody can.
I will agree with you though. His fucking choke slam looked better than like 98% of the people that do a choke slam.
So from that aspect, I like it. But I don't know. I'm not a huge Danhausen person. That's the what I'm getting at. Like it's just not my form of entertainment, so to speak. But from a broad sense, like just having the Knicks presence on the show, I definitely dug that.
I thought it was great how they how he ran away and had a cat in the cage that he was trying to clone.
It was I
don't know if you caught that part. He had a little cage on his little thing that had a stuffed cat in it. And so that's what he put in the cloning machine when they were whooping his ass and all the little Danhausens came out.
Uh-huh.
He threw the cat in the cloning machine, and that's when Cat came out. I don't know. I thought it was bad. I thought Cat looked dope. Like he didn't look as goofy and zesty as he normally does.
Zesty.
I also little shit like the way he stepped up on the ring apron without breaking stride and stepped over the top rope. I was like, "This is a big motherfucker."
Like old school Kevin Nash, Big Show over the top rope.
And that kind of leads me into. Did you watch any of the Fanatics Fest stuff?
Like I was no internet for most of the weekend. Mm-hmm. Like I was watching. I got the phone mount on my car, so I watch half of Saturday night's main event driving back on the phone mount.
So dangerous. Well, the only thing I'll really talk about from that one is congratulations to my boy Scott Gata, who he didn't win, but he competed in it, and he was tied with Cat for like 37th place. But Justin Bieber came out and like gave all the regular fans that competed $10,000 each. So Scott got that. But what was crazy was
what they're competing in.
They were doing all kind of shit like who can throw the most strikes with a baseball, who can take a hockey puck and fucking get a goal with it, who can kick a goal past the soccer goalie, who can hit 3-pointers. You only get like 5 of them. They were competing with people like Roman Reigns and Wemby.
Scott from Fully Posable?
No, Scott from that was on the show that went to WrestleMania with me.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Scott.
Yeah. But Roman and Wemby were competing against one another. They were competing at the same time, not necessarily against one another. And the size difference between Roman and Wemby was crazy. Like Roman came to Wemby's, like Wemby could literally just take his fucking elbow and put it on Roman's head, and he'd probably still have to lean down. That's how much taller he is than Roman, right? But then you see Roman and Brunson standing next to each other, and Roman's like an inch taller than Brunson. So when you think about it like that, you're like, and he was dogging the shit out of Wemby in basketball. I don't know, just put it all in.
I was looking at that when they came out during the main event segment. Like Roman and Jalen were like the same height, basically.
Yeah, Jalen's 6'2",
and Roman's built like basically like in these days of wrestling, like a bigger guy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like
basketball players are huge, man.
Yeah,
they're like. I mean, I know football players are big too. They're more like muscular and shit like that, but basketball players are like just huge human beings.
Like giants, but that's crazy. Like, so you said who won? Justin Bieber, you said gave up money. Who all won?
I don't even know who won the whole fucking thing, honestly.
Like, what is it? Like, I know C. Fluid said, are you going to get that WWE Knicks title?
Honestly, the Knicks and Cowboys titles, both probably the two ugliest ones they have. Like the design of them are awful. Now, if they sold that fucking Jalen Brunson world title that he had on Saturday night's main event, that one's dope because it's got Knicks colors on it and it's an actual world title. But yeah, I'm not really into the team championships that they have.
Those team championships are like kind of goofy looking to me.
Yeah. Now, if somebody gave me one, I take it. You know what I mean? Like, if anybody out there wants to fucking donate a Knicks championship to me, hey. But yeah, I wouldn't.
Those the one that Jalen, like you said, the custom one that Jalen Brunson had was dope though.
Yeah. Seafluid says that's the one he was talking about. I did like Halliburton showing up in New York.
That was entertaining.
Which again, this beef has been going on for a while now. Like they've been on WWE TV, what, 3 or 4 times together now? I'm to the point now where I'm like, let them fight.
We saw Brunson had that injury.
Halliburton's still hurt too, so it's even.
You can't. Maybe once they heal up. I feel like
I know they're not. I know the Knicks and the Pacers aren't going to agree. I'm shocked they let Cat do a fucking chokeslam.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they're really strict about that. It's crazy to think that, Rodman and Malone going out there and having like a full-blown match back in the day.
That boy Rodman was skipping practice in the finals to show up on Monday Nitro.
That's wild. Like,
he did whatever the fuck he wanted to.
That was definitely a different time. But
man,
I feel like I know the Knicks and the Pacers have like a more historical rivalry, you know, Reggie Miller, choke symbol, Spike Lee, but I feel like it's kind of one-sided. I know the Pacers got the Knicks out of the playoffs 2 years ago or so, but like
last 2 years they lost to them twice.
Knicks are like a historic franchise in the league. They got 3 championships, and in the end, the Pacers haven't won shit. So
but they beat the Knicks a couple years ago, and that's what their fans are holding on to. So all over Knicks Twitter is just Pacers people being like, "Well, if we were in the playoffs, y'all wouldn't have won. You didn't even make the fucking playoffs. Like, shut up."
Yeah. So, but I get it. Like Halliburton's a wrestling fan, and they got like the somewhat of a rivalry on the court. So yeah. Do a match somewhere down the line when both of them are healthy. If you could get the teams to clear it, do a tag team match where you don't have to do anything.
Your boy Trae Young was out there too at Fanatics Fest. He came out and did one of the entrances and tore up a Knicks jersey because he's still holding on to having a good 3 or 4 games against them in the playoffs like 5 years ago.
So long ago when the Hawks actually had a decent season. He's not even on there. You know, is he still with the Wizards? I want to say, but
I don't think the Knicks had Brunson when that happened.
They might have been early
before.
It might have been early on. Either like you said, might have been a year. He might have still been in the Mavericks at that point. But
right, like you still hold on to that. Like, congratulations, you had a good game in Madison Square Garden during COVID.
But I meant to ask, like, Fanatics Fest. Like, I know it's like a big thing for the fans. It's for all sports, or it's just basketball and WWE?
No, there's a bunch of Tom Brady was there. Tom Brady slapped the shit out of Logan Paul.
I heard. I didn't get to watch it yet.
Usually there's a bunch of athletes and actors and shit like that compete against regular fans. But they try to even it up and not make it like I'm not trying to guard CeeDee Lamb while he's running a route. Like we're both trying to fucking hit a hockey puck in.
What's the appeal behind it? Stuff like that.
It's just not really. They do like podcasts. They do meet and greets, and you get to see like athletes like just there doing shit. I don't know. It seems like it'd be fun to go to. I don't know if I'd pay for it, but
yeah, that's the thing. I feel like it seems like super expensive. It's in New York.
Yeah,
I'm
trying to see if I can enter it next year.
Yeah, if you can enter, that'd definitely be dope. But it's not like you said. I'm not trying to pay for something like that. Like it's fun watching y'all on TV, but like I said on previous shows, I'm not a big fanatic person. Like people cry when they see people in person and like act like these people are gods. Like these motherfuckers bleed just like you and me. I don't really care that much.
Again, it's like they do live podcasts, they do live Q&As, they do meet and greets, they do reveals for like action figures and cards and shit like that. Like it's a big thing. Yeah, and it was pretty fucking crowded. And then you had WWE SummerSlam kickoff party like the next day.
Yeah, like you said, I get it. Like this is ingrained in our culture at this point. But like we talked about before, like we've been to these wrestling conventions and we see people walking around all the time. We're like, hey, that's so and so, and then you and I just keep it moving.
Right.
Like,
and it depends on who it is. Every now and then I might look back when they walk past us, but
well, that's a whole different topic.
But yeah, I'm not like, oh my God, look who it is. Like it is cool to see people walking by though, but like you said, the way we are, we're just kind of like, oh shit, Lashley's big as shit. Yeah. All right, let's go get another drink.
Exactly. But yeah, hey, shout out to everybody who had fun there. It's a big money maker, so they know what they're doing.
Fanatics, some goddamn crooks. Worst merch ever. Of course, they wait till my fucking team wins, and then they're in charge of it, and shit's just absolute garbage. I'm also pissed off about the Knicks finally win, and Sports Illustrated is nowhere to be found. Like, remember back in the day, anytime a team would win the Super Bowl or NBA or World Series, the very first commercial would be, congratulations, Knicks fan, your team is NBA champions. Go to si.com now and get this locker room towel and t-shirt and DVD on the season. Like, they do a whole fucking thing, and it'd be like $40. I've been waiting my whole life for my team to win. And
they didn't have it?
No, they don't have it. They don't even make DVDs anymore.
Oh, that's true. All right, I'm saying they usually have like the season DVD, recap it. But yeah, nobody watches DVDs anymore.
I would have to watch that one.
Like, what you gonna put it in? Like, you got a PlayStation?
I don't. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have a VCR. I don't have a DVD player.
I don't have a VCR here. I've got one at my parents' place because I was like helping them convert a bunch of stuff to CD, like the digitize and whatnot.
No, I'm not from New York. I've only been in New York a handful of times, but I became a Knicks fan as a kid because when I lived in Missouri, we didn't have a basketball team, and my entire family were Michael Jordan and Chicago Bulls fans, and I fucking hated them. And I was big into basketball back then, and so I became a Knicks fan because I saw John Starks was like the first guy I saw stand up to Jordan. That's how I became a Knicks fan. Yeah, about 92-ish, I think. Never could beat them, but that was my team.
Finally paid off. That's long-term storytelling.
Long-term booking. Like, teach Triple H that shit. Anything else you want to talk about from Saturday night's main event? Fatal Influence becomes women's tag team champions.
Yeah, we can't forget it. Just breeze over that. Yeah, I mean, this is weird because Paige or Saraya, I feel like she's even more so of a background player in here than when she was in AEW. She had like spurts where in AEW where she was like the main character, so to speak, as the kids would say.
She won the world title.
She won the world title, and she's just been like there. And maybe they're doing like some type of story where Nikki comes back and it's beef there, but so far it's like she's a side character. And I mean, shout out to Fallon. Fallon got a belt. I know you were happy about that.
Fallon motherfucking Henley. The Paige comeback has been very like, she got her pop at WrestleMania, and then ever since then it's been like you said, she's been like a background character. She's not even the main character in the quote unquote feuds that they've been having. They haven't really had feuds either. They just kind of come out, they win, people talk shit to them, and then they beat them. And then Fatal Influence, I mean, we all kind of knew Fatal Influence was gonna win this match. But yeah, now where do you go? Because I thought the money would have been in Nikki coming back and getting jealous that Paige took her spot and she's tag team. Because the Bella Twins never won the tag titles together.
That's crazy.
They didn't even have tag titles when the Bella Twins were together. So their goal was to come back and win the titles together. And then she comes back and wins it with Paige. If anything, I think Nikki ought to have beef with Brie.
Did they beef their first run?
Oh, yeah. Nikki turned on her. I love that shit. Nikki turned on her. Brie was beefing with Stephanie McMahon because the Authority was fucking with Daniel Bryan and they were using her. So her and Stephanie had a match at like, I want to say it was SummerSlam. And then Nikki came out and fucking moved Stephanie out the way and beat the shit out of Brie. And then told her, I wish you would have died in the womb.
Damn.
Yeah, that's some cold-blooded shit.
That's cold-blooded. But And they got to pay it off somehow, though. You said that's when you what?
That was when I realized, yep, Nikki Bella's my favorite Bella.
Well, that would bother me though if this little comeback, even though it hasn't been my favorite thing in the women's division, but you always can play on, or it's always a cheat code to play on nostalgia. But if they don't end up winning the tag team belts and like basically they were built for that, if they don't have some type of payback, that would bother me. I don't know. And then where do you even go with Paige from here? So it's a weird situation. Seafluid said Mason used to punk Scotty simping out. Sorry, Pippen. What Mason?
Anthony Mason.
Oh, they call him a simp. Call him a simp because Future was banging his wife.
Yeah.
They can't help that his wife was for the streets.
He can. He could have left her.
I think he did. He did. They're not together no more.
Isn't his son like banging Michael Jordan's ex-wife or something like that?
It's the other way. You said his son is no, it's the other way around. Michael Jordan's son is banging Scottie Pippen's what was banging Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Damn,
the same one that Future got.
Streets.
The same one that Future was messing with.
She was fine though, wasn't she?
She still ain't that bad looking. Laura Pippen. Larsa Pippen, I meant.
Larsa, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, Larsa Pippen.
Scottie Pippen, the ugly, big, pickle nose ass, couldn't keep her around. She was just with him while he was good.
Hey, man. I mean, I think Scottie Pippen Jr., he's not too bad. I mean, he's a role player. That's her son, too.
Man, we getting that old where these dudes is having kids that are in the NBA. That's crazy.
It's been like that for a little minute now. That's life, man. But one thing that, even though I'm not a big what's her name? The leader of Fatal Influence. I don't know, I'm skipping on the name.
JC Jane.
I'm not a big JC Jane fan. Like, another thing that bothers me is like she's the leader. She's got to get at least the US belt. Like, Tiffany ain't really doing anything with it. Like,
Tiffany just beat her fair and square to get to the ladder. That's what we need to talk about. Go ahead. We can finish Saturday night's main event. I forgot all about this.
Oh, the only thing really to talk about. Well, it's a lot. It's too big. Well, the biggest thing I want to say is the main event tag team match. But we talked about it a little bit. Roman going out there, basically Aura farming with Jalen Brunson. It was just a photo op. I mean, I guess that was fine. That's a weird way to close the show, though, right?
They were in New York in Madison Square Garden. They won the championship first time in 53 years. They already had ties to wrestling. Like, it made sense.
No, I guess that was okay. Even though Seth came out, like you said, with Halliburton came out
right
fighting. But what about that last minute stipulation they put on that tag team match about the four-way?
I kind of like how they did it. I like that Gunther attacked Aldis again, and Pierce was like, "You did that for nothing, you dumbass. Like, you already had an opportunity." And they let him still, because I don't know why you wouldn't punish him and take it away. But they're like, no. I guess Nick Aldis was like, no, let him do it. I got something for his ass. And so Nick Aldis comes up. Well, the stipulation was, for anybody who didn't watch, had Gunther and Sami Zayn defeated CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, they would have been added to the match at SummerSlam to make it a fatal four-way. Nick Aldis came out when Gunther was about to win after cheating, pulled the referee out, went upside Gunther's head with the WWE title. Punk gets the GTS. Cody gets the cover. 1, 2, 3. No SummerSlam title match for Gunther. Now, he's pissed. He comes out at the kickoff show yelling at Triple H. And Triple H was like, I'm not on anybody's side, but the point is you push somebody too far. Like, eventually you keep fucking with a man like that, he's going to hit you back. And Aldis comes out. And Gunther beats his ass. But Aldis gets up, starts whooping Gunther's ass. Triple H is like, fine, y'all want to do this? SummerSlam. And there you go.
When the hell is all this happen?
This happened at the kickoff show yesterday.
Man, how do I figure we have time to watch all this shit?
I just see the little clips online. I've seen a bunch of them. Like, Cody and CM Punk got into it. Cody got pie face. Get your ass out of here. And he just stood there and ate it like he always does. Cody gets punked a lot. No pun intended.
What do you mean he gets punked a lot?
Rock slapped the shit out of him. He never did anything. CM Punk just pie faced him. Like, people do shit to Cody all the time, and he just takes it. But Cody was talking shit to Punk, and then when Punk put his hands on him, he didn't do nothing. He just took his jacket off and waited for security to come out there. I was like, hit him back.
What's this thing when he gets mad, Cody? Enough! And then SmackDown came out like
enough.
Okay.
But yeah. So that's what all went down on Saturday night's main event. But I do want to talk about this. We brought up JC Jane losing Tiffany Stratton in a qualifying match for a ladder match at SummerSlam. Rhea Ripley has had one title defense since she won the title, and she got injured in that title defense. That was what, 2 months ago?
That was a while back.
Why in the blue hell are they making an interim women's world? They've never had an interim champion before in WWE, have they?
It had.
What's the IC champion or whatever?
Yeah, I think Sammy. Somebody had it.
Like AJ. I'm talking like Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels.
No, they've had it more recently. This was during the pandemic. It was like AJ Styles had like the interim IC title or something like that while Sami Zayn was out. It was weird.
That was COVID though. Like, I can kind of understand that.
Yeah. I want to say they had an interim IC world champion. I might be tripping though.
They ain't never had an interim world champion. They've had people steal the belt, like Punk won the title. Maybe Cena was the interim champion. Punk won the title and then left and didn't, quote unquote, re-sign his contract, so they didn't have a champion. And then Cena won it. And then when Punk came back, they unified it. So maybe Cena was the interim champion. But again, that wasn't because of an injury. That was because of a, quote unquote, contract dispute. Like, just take the belt from her.
Yeah. If she's hurt, then why not just strip her? And then when she comes back, she'll be the first challenger.
Or why not just take the belt from her and make another storyline with somebody else being the champion and let her quit trying to rush back? Because clearly they have no timetable on when she's coming back.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like some fishy stuff they're doing right now. AEW did the inter. Oh yeah, they've done it a few times.
They definitely did. I think the women was the interim champion.
Yeah, it was Tony Storm was, and then like they eventually just made her the straight up champion.
Who was the champion when she was the interim?
I think maybe it was Britt.
Britt got hurt. Britt never lost.
Thunder. Oh, wasn't it Thunder Rosa?
Oh yeah, Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
And then they just said, "Fuck it, she's no longer interim. Thunder ain't coming back no time soon."
Yeah, that's what. But yeah, maybe I'm mixing up. But I could have swore they did it in WWE during the pandemic when it was like Sammy and AJ and messing around. But I might be wrong. Either way, like this just seems unnecessary. And then I think they still got like 3 more people that need to qualify, right?
I don't even know who's all qualified besides Tiffany Stratton.
And that was a dumbass thing for Charlotte to do. Like, that's your enemy, and you disqualify, get disqualified. She automatically gets in the match because Jay's in it. she beat Nia Jax by disqualification. Tony and Jamie.
I didn't know Jamie Hayter was an interim champion.
Yeah, no, I thought she was a straight up champion.
They may have did her like the same way Tony and just said, "All right, you're the world champion now." Or maybe she beat whoever the other champion was. Because, when she lost, she didn't lose the interim title. She lost the world title. Actually, she gave it up because she was injured. No. She lost it, didn't she?
Yeah. I want to say Mox was the interim champion too, maybe when
Punk
did that shit.
When Punk was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But regardless, like, I don't understand this whole thing. I know it's basically like it's SummerSlam and we want a women's title hanging up in a ladder and it'll be a cool visual, but why not just make him the champion? Because if Rhea comes back and beats whoever it is, are they actually a former champion?
What they better not do is it better not be anybody's like first championship, because what a cheap way to do it if it's like if you're a JC Jane and that's your first title win.
Well, she ain't gonna win. She didn't qualify.
I'm just saying hypothetically. or whoever, or even like a Chelsea. What if they did Chelsea like that?
Put that shit on Becky.
Where is Becky actually? I think they're just doing SmackDown people, but you could easily put her over there. I don't know.
Let's go across the street to AEW.
Just get it.
It's all running together for me so much, but was this the week that the Jet came out and wanted to fight Kenny Omega?
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
it was
yeah.
Dynamite. That was on Dynamite.
So you got MJF nowhere to be found. My boy Andrade's got his fucking ring that he got from Will Ospreay. Like, they had a lot of shit tying in together that I thought was really good this past week. But then Kevin Knight comes out and he wants to fight Kenny Omega for the title. And this made no sense. He's like, MJF promised me a title match. You need to honor it. And Omega's like, I'm not honoring that, but I'll give you a match anyway. What the fuck?
It's kind of funny. I didn't realize that's how it unfolded.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not honoring anything MJF did, but I'm going to give you the match anyway because I'm a nice guy. And I think you're a nice guy. Omega's got a weird
delivery, promo
personality and like promo style. I think that'll be a good match. This Redemption pay-per-view kind of came out of nowhere. Honestly, when I heard the name of it, I thought, all right, MJF's fighting Omega, and I think we talked about it. Some kind of way they're going to make it a triple threat match, but looks like Omega's just going to beat Kevin Knight in probably a really good, entertaining match, and then he's going on to All In to fight Will Ospreay, who will be teaming with John Moxley to take on the Young Bucks for whatever reason. At Redemption. Yeah, it was a lot of moving parts going on in AEW this week.
So we know Kevin Knight ain't beating Kenny Omega. Like, I like that Kevin Knight is going to be in that spot, but for what? I mean, this is such a throwaway pay-per-view. Of course, I'm going to be watching it, but like, if you look at the matches, like you said, you got that Death Riders versus Young Bucks match. Jericho versus the Painmaker, and I'm doing air quotes for people listening on audio, versus Ciampa. They're running that back there. Edge and Christian or Cope and Cage versus they're facing the Death Riders as well. Death Rider, another pair of the Death Riders in Pac and Claudio, right?
Yeah.
So like, we all know like no championships are probably going to be dropped besides maybe Andrade and Mark Davis.
Willow versus Tekla.
Ah, shit, you're right.
Honestly, I know Mercedes probably wants that spot to be the one to do it, but if the women are going to main event a pay-per-view, this is the one to do it in. It should have been Toni Storm versus Mariah May in that blow-off match. That had all the makings to be the final match, but there's no reason that Tekla versus Willow can't main event over the Jet versus Omega.
The only thing I think, but he's not from there. Just because Kenny's Canadian, they might have a main event in, but he's not from Montreal. He's a Winnipeg guy.
Yeah, Canada's a big country. Like, just because you're from Canada, that's like Chris is American. All right, so is it my home place when I go wrestle in fucking Los Angeles, even though I'm from Missouri?
Or like South Dakota?
Right. You can't just claim the whole fucking country. He don't even live there anymore. He lives in Orlando.
Yeah. So if I'm them, like you said, I'm having, especially it's probably going to be a title change. We know I'd have Kevin and Kenny kick off the show. And I
they won't do that. AEW is they're very consistent with their booking. They love the co-main event, triple main event, that type of shit. So, and in WWE's world, yeah, that's a great way to do it just because they got so many commercials and all that shit. AEW don't fuck around on their pay-per-views. When that bell rings and somebody says, and the winner, you got about 45 seconds before somebody else's music hits and we on to the next match. So I'm fine with them doing the co-main event thing the way they do it because it is like a co-main event, a true co-main event in AEW, but I don't see them kicking off the show with the world. I think Tony Khan's proven that he thinks the men's world title is like the most important title in his company, that it always main events the pay-per-views.
You're right for the most part. Like you said, when it's the world titles, it's usually co-main events. But if I'm not mistaken, in one of MJF's matches in his first title round was like 2023. I want to say he kicked off one of those pay-per-views as champion.
Was he champion or was he tag team champion?
No, he was. I want to say it was no. That's what I'm saying. I want to say it was a world title match. But then who made the main event?
I want to think the only main event that's ever happened that wasn't a world title match is probably like the Anarchy in the Arena or whatever.
We were at one, Sting and Darby versus the Bucks.
Yeah. Was there a world title match in that? Yeah, it was.
It was.
Samoa Joe and Hangman.
It didn't kick it off though, like you said. It was like the co-main event. Yeah, you might be right.
That's also a special circumstance too, right? Like that whole Revolution pay-per-view was basically because of Sting. So like he had to be in the main event.
Yeah, but if I'm them, then have Kenny and Kevin go second before last thing.
Yeah, I think I would too, especially if you. But then again, that might give away that it's going to be a title change.
Yeah, so you're already watching.
We got your money.
Yeah,
sit your ass down and enjoy this Willow Nightingale championship win.
It has to happen. It has to happen eventually. A woman have to main event a pay-per-view eventually. They've main evented plenty of Dynamite, so but you gotta do the next step.
I think they missed the boat with Toni Storm and Mariah May, and the way that match unfolded too. That would have been the perfect way to end that pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was what, Revolution 2024 or 2025? Like no, it was 2025 because Mariah May just got there. So it was Revolution 2025. Who's the champion at that time? Mox was still champion. So yeah, and he was doing a lot of nonsense with keeping the shit in the briefcase. So,
also, like, what a fucking look at me motherfucker he's become. Like, what is he even doing in the world title picture with Ospreay? Why the fuck does Will Ospreay need Jon Moxley to train him on how to be a better wrestler?
I mean, I dug it at first. I mean, because he lost his confidence at this point. His neck was broken, so
his neck wasn't broken. Moxley broke his neck.
Exactly. So like, I'm gonna get the person who broke my neck, kind of train me. But now that he's back to his like form, why does he still need him at this point? Though now that they train him to be a killer, so why does he still really need them right now?
I'm gonna be so mad when like Ospreay wins and Moxley and the Death Riders come out there to celebrate, and everybody's gonna be expecting them to do, and nothing's gonna happen. But like, just let Ospreay have his moment. I just feel like force feeding your way into this storyline. You got your own title, man. Go fucking defend that somewhere. Like, leave this dude alone. He won the whole tournament. He's getting a world title match. Yeah, you can cheer for him backstage, but we don't need you fucking showing up on TV every time Ospreay's out there.
Did I talk about this last week about I feel like Jon Moxley's title is kind of more protected than the world title? I think I did.
You don't defend it much.
I mean, it's only been 3 champions, and you can't interfere in their matches. The only thing that you can say that it's not is because they don't really main event it on things. So, like,
how stupid is it that you can make a insignificant title, and the rule is no outside interference is allowed, but you can have world title matches with all the fucking interference in the world?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you can stop the Continental Classic Championship from getting interference, you should be able to stop the world title matches from getting interference. I don't understand that. That's the most pro wrestling shit I ever heard of.
What I'm saying, man, it's like this shit is super protected, and it's a whole tournament based around it. Like, I don't know. That's just me being nitpicking, I guess. But yeah, like you said, I hope they don't ruin the moment, like, and come out and like take away Sean from his celebration. But you know where it's going. They're gonna eventually turn on him. I'm just hoping it's on like Dynamite. Like, don't do it on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, let Ospreay have his moment. Speaking of Ospreay's moment, you booked your hotel yet?
I finally booked my plane ticket.
Damn. You got a nonstop flight?
Nah. That's a good question. You mentioned it. I don't think it's definitely not nonstop. I want to say it's like a layover, probably maybe in Atlanta or somewhere.
What if we end up on the same plane?
You got a nonstop?
Yeah, I got nonstop.
Hmm.
My flight leaves Wednesday night.
Oh shit! I got a layover in Dallas. That's random. Why is it Dallas?
So you go the other way and then fly all the way. Damn.
Yeah.
That makes the
Dallas
flight
to
long.
London.
That's gonna be like 10 hours from Dallas to London.
Yeah, not 9 hours. It says 9 hour flight.
Yeah, because it's 8 hours for us, and Dallas is like a hour and 40-minute away flight. I'll show you like what area I'm staying in. I don't know if you want to stay in that same area, but we found a pretty good hotel room. I think I told you before, over there they don't have a lot of king size beds or a lot of air conditioning, so that was like some shit that I typed in my filters to make sure. I guess if you're going by yourself, you don't need a king size bed, but
Yeah,
I do.
this man's got. He's gonna be on demon time over there. He said, "I need the king size."
I ain't gonna be able to eat nothing, so shit. Might as well fuck, I guess.
You can eat the fish and chips, even though it's not that good.
Yeah, I heard that was shit too.
Yeah. Nah, they got a lot of like ethnic food. I think if you're good and eat like the ethnic foods, like look at some African food or some Asian food, or just like their regular locals food isn't that good. You eating some pork and beans
for breakfast. It'd be like I'm poor again.
Like I'm poor again. Saying pork and beans is poor people food, man. It's messed up.
It was when I was eating it. Fucking what was it called?
Beanie weenies.
Beanie weenies. They try to make a song about it so the kids would love it. That was trash. Shit came in a can. Ugh.
What else? I feel like a lot of stuff happened on Collision though. Like you had like the Bang Bang Gang and the dogs going back at it.
The dogs were funny. This is the first time I watched that, and I thought that's fucking hilarious. Them trying to be serious.
Yeah, he had with the public service announcement.
Yeah, and then I don't know. The Bang Bang Gang just ain't hitting like it used to. I meant to talk about this when Jay White came back and he cut that first promo, and he kept trying to get people to do this little shit right here, like over and over. I was like, that shit ain't working, dog. That ain't catching on. Everybody wants to yeet now, right? Like. Everybody wants their own little hand motion when they come out.
Just give him time, man. He'll come to form. He just got back. He got his crew. Like I've always been one to like pitch a faction wars, and kind of Adam Cole kind of messed up my whole vision of what would happen. I thought it could have been like you could have easily done Bullet Club Gold versus the United. What's the fucking UE Undisputed? Was it Undisputed Empire?
Undisputed Empire, Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era versus the Elite. Like you could have had like a faction wars back then, but then Adam Cole just couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah. Neither could Jay White.
Is he really injury prone though? I think this past one was bad, but besides that,
he's been hurt at least twice since he's been in AEW.
Well,
I don't know. I'm just Jay White was like a serious character to me that was like he was cool. He was I don't know their new design on their shirts. I don't like. I don't like the whole presentation of the Bang Bang Gang. Like I like the Bullet Club Gold, what you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think before he got hurt, they were on the right path. And then since they've come back, they've tried to lean too much in the comedy shit.
Yeah, well. Like Collision, I like how Collision it's got a more serious feel than what Rampage had. But it's kind of like I think it's like the days where SmackDown had like Eddie Guerrero and all those like, all right, we might not be positioned like the Goldbergs and Triple H's, but we're gonna give you some bangers on here and guys that may not get TV time over there on there. And I think that's like a kind of good little pocket in it. And the ratings have been trending a little bit more upward on that too. And they give you stuff that like, all right, you got to watch Collision because we're giving you some storyline stuff in there that if you don't watch it on here, you might miss out on it. So Athena was on there, and they got more women's matches on Collisions than they do on Dynamite for the most part too. So
man, I fast forwarded through 2.5 hours of ROH, and there was one women's match on there.
That's it.
That I saw. I was looking to see if Red Velvet's been back on TV. It's like they have her come in, win, and then they take her off TV again.
That's unfortunate because friend of the show, Red Velvet, she does work in the ring, but Aminata, you saw Queen Aminata, she lost to Sheeta. Like, wow.
Did I?
Why don't they just give her, like, why does Sheeta need the TBS belt though?
To lose it to somebody, they didn't have anybody else to put it on. I guess I don't know. I'm with you. Sheeta had one good run as the world champion, but other than that, like I've never been a fan of her. Seafood in the chat says, I wonder if some of those guys are just phoning it in, like Paige somewhat admitted recently. What he's talking about is she was on the Bella Twins podcast, which I need to watch. It was her, Bayley, AJ Lee, and the Bella Twins. And she said her heart was never in it when she was in AEW because she's a WWE wrestler. So basically, she just said, I stole money from Tony Khan.
Well, how about you just keep that to yourself?
Yeah, it's kind of...
Because you never know. I mean, she's at the point where I feel like if she were to get cut from WWE, she's got other avenues of income.
She got plenty of money.
She doesn't need to do wrestling, but
yeah,
you don't want to burn bridges, though. Like,
she could also just go do meet and greets twice. She could do fucking WrestleCade and WrestleCon every year, and she'd make plenty of money.
They still made you the world champion over there, so. And Tony Storm kind of spawned from that group she had, so good things came out of her run, even though necessarily she wasn't the focal point at all time.
Yeah. Seafood in the chat says, respectfully, that was just ignorant of her to say. It was. That's what we were just talking about. She should have kept that shit to herself. Another thing was the time back to the Bayley thing. The Bellas said they want to challenge the 4 horsewomen to a match against the original 4. I can't remember what they called them, but basically AJ Lee, Paige, and the Bella Twins versus the 4 horsewomen. And they started talking about Sasha Banks, and well, she's got to come back, right? And Bayley was like, yeah, she's got to come back. I found it odd that Bayley was the one that was like, yeah, she can come back.
Sasha ain't coming. Mercedes ain't coming back.
I think she will eventually. I don't think the Bellas will be around for it.
She's making more money from what she said out of her own mouth. She's making more money and less appearances she got to do. She get to work on her own schedule. She'll eventually come back, like you said. But like you said, that might be like 5 years down the line when the Bellas are already out of there. So, I mean, wishful thinking. We don't even know how long Bayley's gonna be there. When this podcast happened?
That was this weekend. I told you all kind of shit happened at Fanatics Fest, man. You've been out in the woods missing all kind of shit.
Even if I was like, I don't get alerts for these stuff like outside of like the regular shows. Like,
I don't get alerts either. I just scroll Instagram and Twitter, and people post the shit everywhere.
And I definitely don't scroll on Twitter, but Instagram, I don't really scroll a lot. Like, I get messages in my inboxes, and if it ain't on that Discover page, then I don't see it. Like, I don't go scrolling down my timeline because I don't like getting stuck in that like rabbit hole. You'll get stuck for hours if you keep scrolling down your timeline on Instagram. But
I just hit the little story button and just watch until I get tired of watching everybody's stories.
Oh, that's different. Like watching stories, but I'm talking about like underneath the stories, like post, like
the feed.
You get, if you keep scrolling down that, you get stuck for hours. But maybe I'll check it out. Is it like stuff on? I know you said they had like the kickoff show. I think I might have saw like a link for that, like on the website. So I watched maybe I'll take a look at that.
Yeah. I like the shit you can fast forward. And then like all the podcasts and shit, they'll come out eventually. Like the WWE, like I think Stephanie McMahon did one, the Bellas did one, Cody did one with Tom Brady. So all that shit will come out eventually.
Like you said, I heard it on like Busted Open, them talking about Tom Brady slapping Logan Paul. Like, would you even be interested in seeing Tom Brady step in the ring? Seafood is Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon shirt.
Yeah, it is. No, I don't care about Tom Brady wrestling. Bruce Leroy's Kung Fu Academy. Harlem, New York. Yeah. I got a Show Enough t-shirt too. It looks, you remember the old Showtime logo, the red one? Well, this one's the Show Enough logo where he's doing the little symbol.
That's funny.
And then I have I also have a Daddy Green's Pizza
Oh, really?
T-shirt. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up though. Like it was made very cheaply, and I've washed it, and all the shit's like peeling off. But it says "Directed your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza."
Oh, damn. That's what's up.
I don't want to watch that movie again.
Show
I'm about to start the Rocky saga though. I don't think I've ever watched it all the way through.
I don't think I've watched them in sequential order. I've always watched like individual movie.
I've never even seen Creed, any of them.
Oh man, you gotta watch. Those are good. I've seen all three of them.
Yeah, I noticed on Netflix they got all the Rockies. I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch Rocky. Let's end this thing with Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week, and then we'll get up out of here, EJ.
I'll give my Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week to Mercedes Monet. She came out on Collision and cut the promo, basically saying she don't care who walks in the All In. She's walking out champion.
I must have stopped Collision earlier. I didn't see that. When did she come out? Was it at the end?
Second half? No, it was before the main. It was like before the last two matches. She came out. Renee interviewed her. Boston, they were real hot for her. Bunch of CEO chants.
My Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week was also from Collision. I'll give it to Maya World.
Yeah, she came out and helped Queen Aminata. Is that for Redemption or is that on Dynamite? Maya World.
That's Redemption.
Huh. She might take it off of Sheeta. Maybe this was just to get her to, to the finishing line, kind of Sheeta kicking it off. Because what does Sheeta really need it for? So maybe Maya World with it. Seafood said, great streams always. Appreciate you in the chat out. But before we get on out of here, I was like in mid thought with the Tom Brady stuff. Like he's bigger than Roman, so you don't like seeing him in the ring.
He can't move like Roman. He couldn't move when he was in his prime.
Yeah, he would be.
No, I don't want to see Tom Brady in the ring.
He probably looked awkward in there.
When you go back and watch him slap Logan Paul. That's the weakest slap I've ever seen in my life.
Now I gotta take a look at this once we get out of here.
It was like he was doing the tuck rule all over again. Like he didn't know if he wanted to pull it back, pump fake, or what. Like he just stopped halfway through.
That's tragic.
Yeah.
Wow. We've seen football players do it before, but it sounds like he's not built for that type of shit.
Well, everybody enjoy Monday Night Raw. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Shout out to the chat as usual that were active in there, giving us questions and whatnot, leading us down the road of other topics. We'll be back regular time this week, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. Until then, for EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. This has been another episode of Boot to the Face. Peace.